All right, so you're thinking about getting your first credit card. It can feel like a huge step, right? Maybe even a little intimidating. But what if I told you that with just a few simple strategies, you can turn that little piece of plastic into an incredibly powerful tool for your financial future? That's exactly what we're going to break down right now. Everything you need to know to start building your credit the right way, from day one. So let's just start with this question. What's the first step to building your financial future? I mean, think about it for a second. What are your big goals? Maybe it's buying a car, or finally getting your own apartment, or even, way down the line, owning a home. You know what all of those have in common? They all rely on a strong financial foundation. And believe it or not, that whole foundation often starts with something as small as your very first credit card.
Okay, so why do you even need credit? It's way more than just a piece of plastic. And let's get one thing straight right away. A credit card is not a license to spend money you don't have. That's a super common myth. A better way to think about it, it's a tool for building your financial reputation. You know, what the pros call your credit history.
And when you use it responsibly, a credit card has some seriously powerful benefits. First off, it helps you build a credit score, which is basically a trust score for lenders. Think of it like a grade for how you handle money. You can also earn awesome rewards, like cash back on stuff you were going to buy anyway. Plus, you get protections on your purchases, which is great. And the big one? All of this helps you look like a reliable borrower when it comes time for those huge life purchases. You know the old saying, with great power comes great responsibility? And yeah, I know it's a cliche, but it is so true here. This new financial tool can open up a ton of doors for you. But if you mishandle it, it can also slam them shut. So let's talk about how to handle it wisely. All right, so what should you be looking for? The key is to keep your first card simple. Seriously. It's so easy to get distracted by all those flashy travel perks or super complicated point systems. For your first card, you got to forget all that and just focus on the fundamentals. So here's what your starter card checklist should look like. Number 1, and this is a big one, no annual fee. You should not have to pay just for the privilege of building your credit, period. Also, look for a card that has an easy approval process. You want simple rewards, like just straight up cash back. And finally, try to find one with a low APR, that's the interest rate, just in case you ever have to carry a balance from one month to the next. Okay, you've got your checklist. Now let's dive into the different types of starter cards out there, because the right fit for you really depends on where you are right now in your financial journey. You've basically got a few main options. If you're starting from absolute scratch, like you have zero credit history, a secured card is a fantastic choice. How it works is you give them a small, refundable security deposit, and that amount usually becomes your credit limit. Easy. Now, if you're a college student, a student card is literally designed for you. Some even give you perks for getting good grades. And if you've already got a little bit of credit history, a basic unsecured card or maybe an entry-level rewards card could be the perfect way to go. But here's the thing. Choosing the right card is really just the beginning. The real secret to success is how you use it. Building a great credit score isn't about some complex financial magic. It's all about developing a few simple, consistent habits. So here it is, your 4-step game plan. Ready? Step 1, pay your bill on time, every single time. I can't say this enough. This is the single biggest factor in your credit score. Step 2, keep your balance low. The rule of thumb is under 30% of your credit limit. Why? Well, high balances can make it look like you're stretched too thin. Step 3, monitor your score regularly so you can actually see your progress. And finally, step 4, avoid the temptation to open a bunch of new cards all at once. It can look like a red flag to lenders. Okay, so we know what to do, but it's just as important, maybe even more important, to know what to avoid. There are a few really common mistakes that can totally derail all your hard work right from the get-go. So let's do a quick compare and contrast. Instead of just making the minimum payment, which, by the way, is how you get slammed with high interest charges, you want to aim to pay your bill in full. And instead of maxing out your card, you want to keep your spending well below your limit. And here's a pro tip you might not know. Avoid closing your oldest credit card, even if you don't use it much. A longer credit history actually helps boost your score. So let those old accounts age like a fine wine. Look, the bottom line is really this. The small, smart choices you make with your very first credit card are going to have a huge impact on your financial future. Seriously, think of it as an investment in yourself. It's one that's going to pay off with better interest rates and way more opportunities for years and years to come. Remember, building credit is a marathon. It's not a sprint. But every single step you take in the right direction matters. So as you start out on this journey, the real question is, what's your first smart move going to be?
Trust me, your future self is definitely going to thank you for it.